If you feel like this title is just controversial and clickbaity just for the sake of getting your attention, you're half right. But we all know the type, right? I mean, it's an individual who has incredible talent and skill and creativity, but they're frustrated. They're not where they feel like they should be in life. They're not where they feel like they deserve to be in life. They're mad at the world, they're mad at others, they're mad at the system, and they're jealous of other artists who, and sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not, they feel like they deserve to be there when that other person doesn't have the same talent or creativity. And we all see it for the frustration and jealousy that it is, but the interesting thing is that it kind of is half true. Jack fit this trope to a T. He was frustrated, he was angry, he was jealous, he was unkind to the rest of the world because he felt like the world was unkind to him. He had done stuff for friends, for families, entertaining, volunteering. He did stuff for other bands. And when members of some of those bands got moderately big and didn't take him with them, he felt left behind. He felt like he deserved more. And he did. He was skilled. He was creative. He was talented. He worked really hard. But he wasn't getting where he wanted to be. And he was constantly letting his ego get in the way. They are half right. These systems, they're designed to gather attention. They're designed to pull as many eyes onto them as possible because they know the truth that money is important. It will always be important. It's something that will always be around. But the real currency of the world is attention. So when all of us YouTubers are coming here and say, please like my YouTube video, it helps me so much. It's true, and you should help out by liking the video, but the reality is a little different, or at least I do things differently. I do things differently partially because it's good to stand out, but partially because it fascinates me. If my stories are entertaining to you, if my information is helpful to you, then you should be clicking that like button, because that is your way to pay me for what I have given you. And you're not paying me in money, you're paying me in attention. And it's a fascinating way that YouTube is built to support this. The like button is how you pay for attention. The subscribe button is how you join the communities that we create through the values of our brands. The comment section is how you interact with the community itself. YouTube itself is a massive brand platform, and attention is the currency. When I started working with Jack, it was one of the most fascinating cases that I took on. The first thing that we did was we used narrative psychology to kind of break him down and how he felt. We started getting to the truth of everything that he was doing. And in doing that, we were able to build a brand around how he felt, combining who he was with what he did. That is how we create a brand, using those four terms: the emotion, the behavior, the belief, and the value. And once we developed all of that, we were able to start pushing things forward. We started seeing more in terms of the sales because he started connecting with and being more personable with the world around him and finding other people that would support him. Beyond that, I wanted him to take it a step further. So we got him up on YouTube. He started teaching guitar. He taught music theory. He taught about writing songs. He started doing just shows, posting old shows. So he started just doing solos for people and just posting up content of him practicing. He did live streams of him practicing with different bands, which got him and the band the attention. And you know what? One of my favorites, and I think it's his favorite as well, is he would get together with other musicians, and it would be an interview style type thing. He would ask them questions, they would ask him questions, but they had their instruments on hand. So that in between asking questions, they would just go at it. They would just play. And sometimes they play by themselves, sometimes they play with others, but the format was hugely popular. He was doing really, really well. And again, I told him he can take it a step further. Sure, his music started to sell a lot better, but he could start monetizing himself, his image. And so we started doing design work, and he put himself on t-shirts, on mugs, on different aspects of memorabilia. And then, and this is really where it kicked in, once he saw everything he was able to do, his creativity instantly latched on to the business opportunities that were here. He started kicking out designs of his guitar and putting those on the memorabilia. He started pushing out song lyrics, different chord progressions, different inspirational quotes, and started adding that to his memorabilia. And he started making it because he recognized that everything that the big studios were doing, everything that he wanted to be a part of, he could be a part of it. He just had to get there himself. And in exchange, he keeps more of the profits than most of the people who get picked up by these larger studios do. Finally, the designer that we worked with was another client of mine who had a relatively similar story to Jack, except for he was an animator instead. And I put these two guys together, and now they run a relatively popular channel to where they do these animations with no dialogue, and all the sound effects and music is just done by Jack. And they are fascinating animations that use no words to get the stories across. And people funnel into this channel, and then they go to the two channels that helped bring this to life. The currency of the modern day is attention. And there are three things you need as a business to get moving. You need a product to sell, you need attention around that product, and you need a brand to turn that attention into a driven community. Because that is how you start to bring in the byproduct of money. And isn't that what you want?